and welcome to Random Honest Reviews. I am Sonderman and he's Mike.
Michael.
Of course, he's always Mike. And this is our first video in 2015. Yeah. But we're gonna talk about 2014.
Plot twist.
Yes, and this is the best and the worst couch. So we're gonna talk about the worst and the best movies of 2014, and then we're gonna talk a little about the biggest surprises and the
biggest letdowns.
Yeah. We're gonna start off with the worst. We're gonna have top 3 and bottom 3. So here's my number 3. It is the Turtles movie.
Okay.
Yeah. Didn't like it. I mean, at the first 2 or the 3 minutes of the movie you can tell what's going to happen. At least with the character of Megan Fox. It's all very typical. I don't buy it actually. Some of the action scenes they're okay, but all the humor is it never hit me at all. Never.
Well, it's difficult to do this humor segment in these movies because they always lose this sense of epicness.
Yeah.
When they try to do humor.
I mean, there's always typical relation between the... I mean, I think Megan Fox is the protagonist of the Turtles movie, and her relationship with her boss is very typical, but you could also say that, you know, it is a strange and corny concept. I mean, it's turtles in a sewer fighting guys with ninja skills, and when it's a strange and corny plot, it's okay to have something predictable in a movie, you know, play it safe. But still, I mean, too much slow-mo for me as well. You probably heard our slow-mo song, which emphasizes the fact that it was very slow-mo.
Slow-mo punch, it's so awesome. Slow-mo punch, when it's so slow. Slow-mo punch, everything's awesome when it's slow-mo. Slow-mo punch.
After I watched the movie, there was something I was like, ah. Yes! I mean, it was the only the sequence I liked was when they were sliding down the mountain with a car. Can you remember that scene?
Yeah.
Yeah? That was okay, but you know, it was nothing for me. I didn't like it.
I mean, you said there was nothing in the movie that was like, oh yes,
yeah.
Afterwards, but this film still doesn't make my bottom 3 list because it was alright at times, and these other movies that I have on my bottom 3 list is not... There's nothing there either that's, oh yeah, that was awesome. It was more by a lot of, oh, fuck this.
Yeah,
and a lot more than there were in the Turtles movie.
Okay, yeah, probably I haven't watched that many movies. I mean, he's seen one more movie than me this year. But it's not horrible or the worst thing ever. But we're going to make a list, and this is on my 3rd list because this is the 3rd worst movie I've seen this year. It's not horrible. If I watch some of the fucking awful horror movies that came out, I would probably have those on my list rather than this one.
And I think terrible horror movies is my cue.
Yeah.
Because my number 3 is Annabelle. Alright, so I went to see this with my cousin.
Yeah.
On Halloween.
No.
And I didn't really know what to expect, but oh my god.
It was bad?
It was terrible, and as usual with these horror movies, there's no plot, there's no character development, there's no nothing.
Yeah.
Except for one thing, and that's loud noises and sudden movements.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what gets you. And when you're sitting in a movie theater, it's so much more annoying than when you're just watching on your TV
jump
at home.
Scares.
Yeah,
all the
it's
time.
super annoying.
Yeah.
And it's not genuinely scary. It's just that it makes you jump a bit, and you're just sitting through the whole movie, and you're just exhausted when you're done.
But I think this is maybe the first movie that actually got. I think it was a success. I mean, they made a prequel, of course, and it got not a critical acclaimed movie, but you know, it got mediocre. It was sort of good. They made enough money, and then when they do make enough money on the movie, they're like, we got a franchise, guys. We don't have to work anymore. Let's just take a Saw and Paranormal Activity and just sell the fuck out. Not try.
the thing is, these stories never really make sense.
No.
And the people in these movies are fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know what I'm supposed to say about this movie, except that it's a very typical horror movie.
Yeah.
And it sucks just as much as most of them.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you like horror movies, probably okay film for you, but it's not good enough. Sorry, it's not.
So Annabelle on number 3, and then I got on to my number 2, and it is A Million Ways to Die in the West. I did not like this movie. I mean,
You have a terrible sense of humor, though.
No. You know, the thing with humor is that it's very subjective.
Yeah, true.
You just can't. It's hard to explain why that joke or that joke didn't work or did work. It either hit you or it doesn't. But it never hit me, and I think it takes a long time before the plot of the movie actually comes forth. Just didn't work for me, and it goes from brutal scenes with Liam Neeson, like he's a badass, to fart jokes like dum, and it plays so much on love story, and his acting abilities never hits me. I don't even think it's funny anymore, at least in the movie. I don't laugh at him. I didn't like him at all.
Can I comment on your comments now?
Just comments.
Alright, first off, I don't think the story is as important in these movies as it is in action movies or movies that are to be taken more seriously.
Yeah, but this movie actually tries to be serious. Very much.
No, it really doesn't.
But they play a lot on the love story and his acting ability. I can't care about what happens to him.
Yeah, but
And you could argue, but you know, I like when it's comedy. I like it that it's fast, like bang, 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 like in the South Park movies, like dum. Here's something. Okay, bang. The kids are watching Terrence Phillip on the theater. Bang. The parents are reacting to it. Bang. The U.S. government are reacting. Bang. They're attacking, and it's like bang, bang.
Okay,
it's fast. That's how we make a funny movie.
Listen.
But here's like slow.
Listen, I understand what you're saying, but the thing you say about them playing on the love life and all that, that's kind of ironically used as well.
No, but they never make. My personal opinion is that they never try to make any fun of it. Like, let's say in the Team America
they
movie.
do, but they're not doing it like right in your face. Look, this is supposed to be funny.
No, they're not trying to be funny with a love story.
Yeah, I think they're trying to be a little sarcastic about it.
That's at least very subtle, and it doesn't work for me personally.
It's subtle. I agree with that, but I mean the humor doesn't hit you, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But in that sense, the movie won't work for you. As Family Guy, for example, isn't funny for everyone.
No.
Someone thinks it sucks. Other people think it's brilliant.
You can't be everybody's darling.
That's more subjective. Sorry.
Yeah.
than the quality.
Yeah.
If you see what I mean. Quality of the movie.
Yeah. But I won't say it's. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I can roll with it. You can mean whatever you want. You're entitled to your own opinion. And, so am I. Just the humor never hits me. And
that's
yeah.
fine. That's
and
fine.
your second worst.
Godzilla.
Godzilla is the second
Yes.
worst.
I'm so pissed about this movie.
Yeah, that movie.
Fuck this.
I don't think that movie is horrible.
Yes, it is.
It is bad, but it's not. It's not horrible.
Yes, it is.
It's bad.
It's horrible.
But you know, the direction is good.
I
the
don't care.
acting, I mean, some of the
I
acting
don't
are
care.
very monotone, and yeah, you talk first and then I can comment.
Okay, Bryan Cranston is good. I agree.
It's great or good.
I mean, he is great.
Yeah.
In this movie, he's good.
Okay. Yeah.
But the rest,
Yeah.
fine. And this movie is called Godzilla. This should be rather be called something like.
The Hobbit.
For
It's the
example.
same problem.
It makes just about as much sense
Yeah.
to call it The Hobbit, but I mean, it should be called something like The Mutos return, humans being stupid as a subtitle, I don't know. But
yeah.
Godzilla is barely in the movie. I think someone timed it and it's about 13 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
He's there.
Doesn't
And
surprise me.
the first time he is about to start fighting the Mutos, we cut to a fucking kid sleeping.
Not just the first, but the first
Yeah.
and the second time.
Yes, I'm getting to that.
Yeah.
The first time you see they're about to start fighting and then fuck you.
That's the first time you see him in profile, like he's
Yeah.
like, yeah!
And he screams.
Kid
"Fuck."
sleeping.
And then they just say, no, fuck you, we're gonna watch a kid sleeping.
Yeah.
And then the
telling
second...
his mom, it's a dinosaur.
Yeah. And the second time they're about to start fighting, this is, by the way, the second time you see Godzilla for real.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you just see his hand,
Or on
Or
the television.
his back, or a reflection of him, or whatever. It's cheaper to make, I guess.
Yeah.
The second time they are about to start fighting, a door slams in your face and they say, fuck you, we're gonna focus on the military.
Yeah. And the worst...
Which are fucking stupid, by the way.
And the worst part
Sorry
of...
for a lot of cursing.
no, but the
Pissed
worst
about
part of
this
that movie is that the only character with some ambition or something to prove, some passion, Bryan Cranston, spoiler alert, dies after 20 minutes.
Yep.
And when Godzilla and the Mutos fight, it's so slow and boring to watch actually, because like this, and then he screams, and then the Muto comes flying and grabs him, and they smash down some buildings. It's just so slow. It's not fun to watch.
Grabs him and they smash down some buildings.
Yeah.
And it's, I mean, he got this. He have this. I would just say blue meth power.
Nuclear breath is what it's called.
Yeah, and he doesn't even use it to the end of the fight. I mean, why?
It's
did
like Transformers 2 when the military forgets it has an anti-Decepticon gun.
yeah, it's just like
right.
all right, we got it.
We'll
Okay,
just shoot him with this.
it makes
But-
sense. Now it works in a plot.
I mean, back to
Jesus.
Godzilla.
Yeah.
I'm not. It's not that it's a long time since I've seen it and all that, because we watched it like a couple of hours ago now.
Yeah.
Rewatched it, and it's more terrible now than ever.
yeah, it
And
is. I will
was
say
thinking.
it is bad. I'm not saying it's good.
I was thinking, maybe for a couple of weeks ago, maybe it's not that bad. Maybe we just remember it wrong. We always only seen it once.
Yeah,
all
we
that,
talk
and
about it all the time in
Yeah.
almost every review we have.
I thought. And I thought, maybe we're just remembering the bad parts, which we remember very well.
Yeah.
Because you often remember very bad parts
Yeah.
over decent parts.
But it was actually worse now than
It was worse.
Yeah, because now you know you came in expecting Bryan Cranston versus Godzilla in the first time, and when you watch it the second time, you know that's not what you're going to get, and then you know that the main character, Aaron Taylor Johnson, he is a bad. Where is his acting abilities? Something about him in this movie just doesn't work at all. It doesn't show any emotions at all.
No.
It's not like when he's stuck in the car and the first Mew appears. He's not like, whoa, get me out of here! Screaming, is just like knocking windows, just like, hey! There's a huge monster out there! And
That-
you're like, hey!
But I still have to admit that this movie has the funniest line in any movie this year.
Yeah, and that is snipers
We got-
on the roof.
We got the snipers on the roof getting into position.
And they're
Great.
not even mentioned after that.
We see them once
Yeah,
after
you
that.
see them, but you-
then they're running away. So
They could try to give them some form of meaning. They could maybe throw a grenade and then make the Muto chase that grenade or something like that, and then they could deactivate the bomb. There's some. Okay,
We're not gonna go into detail on everything.
you'll get a brand new Godzilla review, a cool
It's
review.
not actually a review. It's just us going over everything that's wrong with this movie.
Yeah,
it's
from
gonna
A
be
to Z.
it's gonna be a long video.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Anyways,
We
number
know
one.
which. Okay,
Yeah.
we have. I don't know his list. He doesn't know mine. But we all know that the worst movie of this year is Transformers: Age of Fuck Off, Michael Bay.
Yeah, that's so bad.
Okay. Where to begin?
I don't know.
I mean, when we tried to watch this movie a couple hours ago,
We got 50 minutes into the
Yeah,
movie and then we just no.
you know, you don't know
don't-
where to start.
I don't hate myself that much.
But when we watched Godzilla, I was like, okay, I didn't like that part, didn't like this part, but
I got through it at least.
Yeah, but in Transformers, it's like, I don't. No, I didn't like that. I have to think about that part. No, don't come with another part I don't like. You just come up with nothing is good about this movie.
No.
Not one single thing. It is horrible. It is so much cliche. There's American flags everywhere. I'm sorry, America.
Yeah.
I don't hate America. Just knock it off with those flags, man.
Yeah, and it's not just the flags. It seems like this movie is a conscious parody of America.
Yeah.
But I know it's not, but it's just so stereotypical and it's drawn out to the extreme, I would say.
Yeah.
It's just fucking silly.
I mean, I don't know where to start. I mean, okay, we watched the first and the second Transformers, so we did not watch the third one.
Because we don't hate ourselves that much.
No. And then there was a new lead. We did not like Shia LaBeouf. So it's the Mark Wahlberg. He's a critical acclaimed actor. He's a great actor.
Appears it doesn't help.
No, it does not happen at all. I'm an inventor! It's like,
Fuck you, man.
fuck off!
Every character is annoying. Every single character.
And there's so much explosions everywhere, and everyone is so typical. Everything is cliche.
And absolutely nothing makes sense. I think we're gonna have to make a longer video on this as well.
Yeah, because
We can't go into everything
okay,
here, but
but
I just want
yeah.
to say, I want to retract my score from earlier.
you had 2.5.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to retract it.
Okay, retracted. What's it gonna be?
It's gonna be the score of fuck off.
0? Is that a 0?
Yeah, I refuse to give this shit a score. It's just score no.
Yeah, because when you give a movie a 1, that means you don't like anything. You don't like the music. You don't like the special effects. But it could also mean that the special effects and the music, they're not good enough for the story and the characters. I mean, the story and characters are so bad that it just effects and the music doesn't help at all. It's hard to review a movie like Transformers because it's so bad, and you just have to watch it to understand how awful it is.
It's so cringeworthy I can't even start explaining.
It's because you don't know where to begin. I mean, you can. I mean, it's okay. Let's fuck off. We'll give another review sometime.
Yeah, if this movie is terrible, if you like it, you're probably a horrible human being.
Okay, I will not stand by that. But let's go over to the top 3. Okay.
To the more happy section.
Yeah, these 3 movies, they're so close.
Yep.
So freaking close. So I'm gonna start off with a movie that had almost the best soundtrack of this year. Mostly because of one song. Everything is awesome! The Lego Movie, Funny as hell. I have only watched it once though. I want to watch it again. But the humor.
I watched it twice.
The humor is great. I mean, everything is so unpredictable in the movie.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily know where it's going to go.
Totally.
And everything about this movie is awesome. It has a lot of great humor, a lot of unpredictable humor, a lot of stupid humor, but it works. But when it got serious, I was kind of like, can't really follow that because they were funny. The first hour only focused on the funny bits, and then suddenly shift gear, and then it was something very serious, and I couldn't really follow that. If they had introduced the serious bits a little bit, in the movie at all before the 60-minute mark, I could join that, but it was so sudden.
I don't think they needed it at all.
No, but I'm just saying it would have worked better.
But I think they felt like they needed some kind of moral or something at the end,
and
not
the moral,
just bullshit.
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't bad. The serious bit wasn't bad.
No, but it doesn't fit.
It didn't fit in the movie, yeah, because I was so into it. The secret knock, Batman song, everything is awesome. You will laugh. This is the funniest movie I've seen in I can't remember the last time I've seen such a funny movie.
Yeah,
and it's a Lego movie. It's actually a movie for kids, but it works so well.
They're actually gonna make a Lego Batman movie next.
Yeah, I can't wait. So that's my number 3 of the best movies of this year.
Yeah, and I guess we can move on to number 2 because that's my number 3 as well.
Okay, so you have nothing to add?
No, it's not much to discuss really about this movie. It's no point going into some in-depth analysis.
Okay.
So I can go on with my number 2 then.
Yeah.
Since you took our number 3.
Yeah.
And I actually fear that we have the same top 3 list now.
Yes, well, can I just guess yours?
Yeah.
Winter Soldier?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so we have the same top 3 list, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's great.
Yeah, it's good.
It's serious. It's sort of smart.
So much better than the first.
Yeah, and the action sequences, they're so fast-paced and so fucking great to watch. The plot, it makes sense all the way. Before this movie, Steven Rogers, Captain America, was like, nah, just a guy who has to be there. But now, he's like, that guy is a badass. He has morals and he can fight that shit. He's awesome. Was it any other aspect you loved about the movie? I love the thriller aspect.
It's Marvel, so they nailed the humor.
Yeah,
obviously.
Yeah, but it wasn't
that much.
It's
but
one of the.
The running sequence in the beginning is funny.
Yeah.
For example.
Yeah.
But the thing about Marvel is they know when to stop.
Yeah.
When to not do it.
Yeah.
And that's something I feel not a lot of directors really know these days.
No.
If you look at movies like Transformers tries really hard, The Hobbit tries really hard, and it just doesn't work.
No.
Turtles tries doesn't work. It worked once, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Okay. Basically, The Winter Soldier. It's
a good movie.
It's a very good movie, and everyone who disliked Captain America during the first Captain America movie and the Avengers, when they see Winter Soldier, they're going to be like, hell yeah, that man is awesome. I think they could have dwelled in a little bit more and given depth to the Winter Soldier. They could have given him 5 or 10 minutes of depth, like they do in the comic books. But
they kind of gave him some depth in
but
the first movie because...
Yeah, but the Winter Soldier, I'm not talking about Bucky, but the Winter Soldier, there's a lot of more
Yeah,
depth.
You mean the transformation there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But here it was
I
like
guess.
45 seconds of flashbacks and
I guess.
that's it. But it was...
clips from the laboratory, I guess.
Yeah. But it was great.
I'm one of those who didn't really like the first one.
Yeah, no one loves the first one. I sort of like it because I like the first act before he becomes Captain America. But after that's just
good.
Yeah.
But the rest is just it's kind of silly.
It's silly and it's basically montages of him fighting Nazis. It's look. Okay, so I guess number 1.
You want to say it together?
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Guardians of the Galaxy!
Where to begin?
It's easily the best movie of the year.
Yeah. Okay, the humor. Every time they try to be funny, it works. Every single time I laughed.
Yep.
And I liked that the character interaction with each other. I mean, everyone hated each other, except for Groot and Raccoon when they first start off. And it's so fun to see them, you know, fighting all the time. Like, not just talking, but basically fighting each other, you know? Yeah. And when Chris Pratt does this, and when at the end of the movie, when Drax, you know, sort of understands it, it's like, finger to the front means death. Metaphor! It's just so stupid, but it's so great.
I mean, I has it all. I said this a long time ago that this is probably gonna be the movie of the year.
Yeah.
And I wasn't wrong.
No, not at all. It's hard because this is one of the movies you just have to watch to understand how good it is.
Yeah, that's because the plot seems stupid.
Yeah, the plot is.
I mean, not necessarily just the plot, but the whole premise of the movie.
Yeah.
With this, the raccoon, the tree, everything.
Yeah, it is stupid.
It's the first. I remember the first time you told me about this movie. I'm like, that must be a joke.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
This can't be real. It's just stupid. But it turns out it's not.
No, I mean, the thing that's so good about this movie is that they're not trying to be superheroes at the first hour of the movie. No, they're just trying to get the best deal to get some money.
They're all criminals.
Yeah, they're all criminals, and it's just a cool plot to watch. You know, every other Marvel movie is just like, I am the hero, and basically everyone is the good guy. But here is the guys trying to get the money. They just want to get some money. I mean, what can I say? I just watched the movie, and Raccoon is so awesome.
Yeah, Rocket is great.
Rocket
I can't wait for the Guardians Avengers crossover.
No, that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
This movie lacks the great villain, and Marvel they need to do something about their villains because there's only been one great villain, and that's Loki. Every other villain in this Marvel Cinematic Universe movie has been shit. Not necessarily shit, but just not good. Yeah, that's our lists, and now we're going to...
First, before we go further, I just want to give an honorable mention to the worst.
To the worst?
Movies.
Okay, so number 4.
Yeah, a movie that was very close to making my list there. And that's The Hobbit.
That's The Hobbit.
It was very close.
Yeah.
To making the list.
Yeah.
Because I think the movie is unnecessary. It's bad.
Too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Get your shit together, basically.
Yeah. Because, do you want to mention one film on each category or 2?
Do you mean on the next segment now?
Yeah.
I'll give a movie and then give an honorable mention.
Okay. So let's start off with the biggest letdown of 2014. And I'm going to explain why this is my biggest letdown. The Amazing Spider-Man 2. The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Okay. I mean, maybe you thought that I was going to take The Hobbit here, but I did not like the last Hobbit movie. And I was never hyped for the third Hobbit movie. I was like, okay, let's just get done with this shit. I mean, this is not good anymore. I don't like this. Fuck, man. I was like that. But for the second Spider-Man movie, I was like super hyped. Oh yeah, I mean, there's Green Goblin, there's Electro, there's Rhino. I know it's a lot of villains. Of course they will learn all the mistakes of Spider-Man 3. Like having too many villains in one movie and then fucking it all up. So of course they're gonna do something new, something fresh. This movie is all over the place. It does not make sense. Electro is not a good villain. At first he's a too dorky kind of a guy. And Harry, I actually liked Harry. Everyone is making fun of the actor that plays Harry. But I thought it did well. I mean, the thing I liked about that movie was that he didn't want to rule the world. He wanted to get cured. He wanted Spider-Man blood to get cured, and I think that was a good twist in a way. But Rhino, oh my god! I've seen Paul Giamatti in John Adams. Great actor, but here it was so embarrassing to us. I am going to get you, Spider-Man! Just, and, but the plot is all over the place. It's not like a red line. It's like, okay, first we gotta get something with Spider-Man, Gwen Stacy, yep, yeah. Electro, yep, yes, Harry Osborn, yes, Spider-Man fighting about his dad, yes, and Electro and Harry Osborn do some shit, and then Spider-Man, Gwen Stacy join together, and then you know, it's just doesn't make sense. The tone is all over the place, nothing makes sense, but Andrew Garfield is a great Spider-Man, and an okay Peter Parker, and Spider-Man is my favorite superhero, but this franchise, they have Sony, just please give it to Marvel. They know how to make movies, just please give it to Marvel. And to you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I think the Spider-Man movies have this tendency, at least lately, to have one main villain, and then just at the end a short bit of a second villain. And number 3 you have Sandman, and you have Venom just a bit at the end.
Yeah, but the thing with Venom was that the studio, they never planned having Venom in the third Spider-Man movie. It was always only Sandman and Green Goblin. But then the studio said, you know what? If we get Venom here, we're gonna make a lot of money on toys and stuff like that.
That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, of course
you shouldn't do that last minute. You should.
I know.
In that movie, yeah, okay. But let's don't get into that movie because.
But I just have to say they're building up to Sinister Six because they're trying to establish their own cinematic universe like Marvel. But I gotta say, Spider-Man doesn't need a cinematic universe. It's Spider-Man. We don't need to see a movie based off on the Sinister Six. I mean, I like the Sinister Six. I love it in the comics, but you don't need it here.
Can I just finish my thought?
Yeah, finish
please.
Yeah.
So I don't get why they have to have a main villain and then just a last minute villain.
Yeah.
Who's just there for I don't know, 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, because Green Goblin was just like throwaway.
Yeah, in Amazing Spider-Man
and Rhino, and Rhino as well.
Yeah, Rhino, that's just.
That was stupid. And
that seems more like a build-up.
But could I just say something? You know, the last shot of the trailer, when Spider-Man is trying to attack Rhino with something, that is the last shot of the movie. And you know when you see the last shot of the trailer, you're like, oh, I can't wait to see what happens after that shot. Bam! The movie ends, and you're like, oh, fuck! What the hell?
Yeah. I don't see the point. But no one else does this.
No, it's a great point.
And I think
it doesn't make sense.
There's a reason for that.
Because it doesn't work.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Perhaps that's it.
Yeah. Oh, Sony, did you get that? Doesn't work.
Not many people jump off mountains expecting to fly. Maybe I shouldn't do it either.
No, that's a good point.
That's a good way to think.
Yes. Do you have...
And if you think it's innovative or whatever, it's not. It's just fucking stupid and it ruins some movies.
Yeah. So that's my Amazing Spider-Man 2 rant.
That was the biggest letdown, right?
Yeah.
I kind of lost track.
What's your biggest letdown?
Godzilla.
Were you hyped for that movie?
I was excited, yes.
Oh yeah, because Bryan Cranston is in the trailer.
Yeah, and I'll get to that in a second. But I think Godzilla is a really cool character.
Yeah.
It's a cool monster. And I want to see him in the movie.
Yeah.
Not fucking military or kick-ass.
No?
I don't care about the humans in that movie. The main character does one thing that changes anything once.
Yeah, and
other than that, humans are just in the way.
And they're trying to build up his character, like, they're trying to establish that, oh, he is a bomb man, he can deactivate bombs. And
keep in mind the only bomb man they have apparently.
Yeah. Building that shit up from the first 15 minutes of the movie, like, from the 15 minutes mark to the entire movie. And they never need he doesn't need that skill in the movie because he
No,
never does anything.
I've been always making fun of this part of the movie where they just,
Just
yank
like
the lid and no, it doesn't work. We have
works.
to do something else. And I was thinking a while ago that maybe I've been exaggerating that moment.
No,
maybe
but it's
but
oh,
maybe it's not that stupid. It can't be.
it's stupider.
And then we watched it
It's
earlier today, and it's just that stupid.
No, it's more stupid than
Yeah,
you think. It's so
There's 10 guys standing around the bomb, and one
the-
guy goes, "Nope,
yeah, there's like
let's get it to the boat."
boat.
And they're saying that this bomb, by the way, is
Fire.
makes the bomb they detonated in the 50s look like a firecracker. When it's the opposite way around.
Yeah, because-
this is the firecracker.
Yeah, this is like what 200 meters. It's not that much from the shore.
No, and
Boat.
let me go over the plan they had. It's
It's a stupid plan.
okay. This is the plan. The Mutos feed on radioactivity.
Yep.
So let's make a huge nuclear bomb so we can bait them, make them take the bomb, and they will blow up. Okay, sounds like a good plan so far, right? But
No, it's stupid.
they take the bomb out on a boat to bait the Muto, which is about 20 meters from the shore.
Yeah, it's near a bridge, you know. It's
Yeah, it's just...
yeah.
And they set the timer to 1 hour 30 minutes. What do they expect? That the Muto is gonna take the bomb and fly out into the
away?
middle of the
Yeah.
ocean because they're considerate like that?
No.
And then they... Oh, shit.
We have to
Hit-
defuse the bomb.
Shit, the Muto took the bomb 20 meters into shore, into civilization. We have to deactivate it now. It's... what?
It doesn't make sense.
Stupid.
It is
awesome.
stupid. I can't wait for you guys to get our review because we're going to make notes and going to have it great. That's going to be a very funny review.
So pissed about that movie.
Yeah. Okay, so the biggest surprise. I mean, I'm just going to. I know what his biggest surprise is.
Oh,
So
That's
so
interesting.
I'm just going to take another surprise.
because I wasn't really sure 5 minutes ago.
Okay, I just.
So that's really interesting.
I'm just pretty. I mean, I'm just going to say, since Guardians of the Galaxy was a Marvel property, I was hyped. I was looking forward to the movie, and I just knew since it was Marvel, they were not going to fail, in a way, and I was right. But I'm just going to take another movie. Okay, the X-Men 2 and X-Men First Class were my favorite X-Men movies. And then we got X-Men 3, and then we got Origins X-Men Wolverine or something shit like that.
Then we
That
got
was
a
such-
shitload of X-Men movies. Is
Yeah.
what you're trying to say.
And then we got the Wolverine X-Men movie, and I was like, yeah, and then we got X-Men Days of Future Past. And that movie was great. I was into the movie all the time. Although Tyrion, Peter Dinklage could have done a better job, but he didn't have a good script, so he couldn't. Every character makes sense. Magneto is one of the greatest villains of all time. He is so complicated. You can't really understand where you have him. Although, you know, you could say he's the only thing he's doing is just like, let's kill all the humans. Let's just wipe them out. It's it's a couple of months since I watched this movie, but just I could have chosen Guardians of the Galaxy, but since this was X-Men, I didn't have huge expectations for it because I'm not a huge X-Men fan. But I mean, it worked. It was a really funny movie. I enjoyed watching it. Every action scene was awesome. And I don't really have any huge complaints about the movie. It was a big surprise because it was X-Men and I'm not a huge fan.
I mean, I won't comment much on that movie, but I will not go as far as to say it is a great movie.
No? You're entitled to your...
Of course. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
We can have a discussion later.
Yeah.
So, I'm interested to see what you know is my
I would have thought it was Guardians of the Galaxy.
No.
Oh, so big a surprise. What the hell is this Lego movie?
Yeah.
Okay, either that or either that. Yeah.
I mean, as you said, Marvel won't fuck it up.
No.
At least not in a big way.
No.
So that wasn't so much as a surprise. I mean, it was a big surprise that...
It was so good, but you know.
No, not necessarily that, but that it was a movie at all.
Yeah.
The Lego movie is my biggest surprise this year because, come on, it's a fucking Lego movie.
Yeah, yeah.
How good can it be?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, I was not expecting it to be good at all.
No, I've heard so many reviews and read so much things about the internet, so I was kind of like, this movie is good. I think it is very good.
No, you see, I didn't do that.
Yeah, you know,
So
you didn't do that. So.
the information I had before we watched it, it is a movie about Legos.
Yeah, yeah. And that movie
I
is
was
so
like,
great.
What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And then we watched it, and it's great.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
we burst out laughing.
Yeah.
A lot of the times during the movie.
I haven't laughed that much in a long time.
No, me neither. I mean, this is one of the funniest movies I can think of right now. Actually, if someone asks me, do you know any funny movies? Lego movie. That's one of the movies I'm going to say.
If you're gonna, of course, just say what's funny, because the movie is not. There's no real depth. It's not no real good story really. But who gives a shit?
But no,
It's
there
funny.
is a red line because the
Yeah, of
serious
course, it's
part
a-
that comes.
I mean, it's a red line, but
That's
a red line
yeah.
isn't that hard.
No.
A red line doesn't mean a good story.
No.
I mean, the story isn't great. Without the humor, this movie would suck ass.
Yeah, but it is the humor that makes the movie.
Yeah, and that's what
Yeah.
I mean. It's,
Yeah.
it's a funny movie. It's not a good story, but who gives a shit?
Yeah, of
Right.
course. I mean, that's the same part about Guardians of the Galaxy. It's pretty typical. Someone has a thing they're trying to sell. It's somewhat of a journey with a
It's the
buddies.
same for me about A Million Ways to Die in the West. Yes, it's not a good story, but I don't give a shit for because I like the humor.
Yeah. No, of course. I
It's
hate
kind of
the
the
humor.
same thing.
And I think the people that love the humor is us stupid assholes. But, you know, I just
Okay,
kidding.
we're gonna have a talk outside later on.
Oh, yeah?
We did kickboxing earlier, you know. Just watch yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, so...
I don't think we're gonna fight.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say, we have not watched Birdman, Interstellar, Hunger Games, Dumb and Dumber 2, or The Imitation Game. Or Gone Girl. That's, you know...
This is just the list of
The
what we
movies
have seen.
Yeah, because when we go to the cinemas, we want to see movies that are meant to see in the theater.
And we'll see it.
And we're poor students as well.
We'll see what we can afford, basically.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so you're gonna close this since I started this shit.
Yeah, so this was our top 3, bottom 3, big surprise, biggest letdown
Yeah. Of 2014.
of 2014, that's right. And I think we're gonna see a lot more movies this year, because
Yeah.
we're starting earlier in the year, for one thing.
Yeah, and then we're going to have a funny review of Godzilla.
Yeah. Where we point out everything that's wrong.
And of course,
So
trying to
what?
point out things that are good. It's good to mention something like that.
Ah, it's gonna be hard.
Yeah, it's going to be.
It's gonna be difficult. Okay, sure, I'll try.
Yeah.
I promise I'll try. It's gonna be difficult.
So,
We've been random honest reviews. Like the video, subscribe, like us on Facebook.
and,
Other than that, do whatever you want.
and as always...
Thanks for watching.
No, you forget it all the time!
What do I forget now?
I say it at the end of every video we have.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, but you have to say that as well. And as always, live. You don't remember it.
Dude, that's your thing.
Okay. And as always, live a good life.
See you next time.
That's going to be our slogan.
Who says who?
I say it.
So I don't have a say in that.
Nope, absolutely not. Oh my god, I have to pee as fuck. Oh.
See you next time.